All right, Darcy, thanks for your time, mate. Even though you've had a loss here, the room doesn't feel like it at all, does it?
Yeah, look, we're pretty lucky, mate. It's clearly the room's full of loved ones, friends and family, so win, lose or draw, they're always here to have our back, so it makes, being a part of a footy club special.
Bloody fantastic. Tell us about the game. First quarter, they get a hold of you. Second quarter, you get a hold of them. It was a real arm wrestle.
It really was, yeah. Felt that momentum swing big time. Like, first quarter, like you said, felt like they really hemmed us in our back 50. We really struggled to get the ball out of there. And then when we got on top around the footy, I thought the clearance game was huge all night. The centre bounce was massive. When we got on top there, we got our game going. And then the second half, I just felt like around the footy, I felt like they just nutted us a little bit around there, like those pretty slippery ball and a lot of chaos ball happening in there, and they just played that game better than we did tonight.
Where's the group at the moment? 3 out of the last 5 are losses. Where do you find yourselves at the moment?
Yeah, look, we're always pretty positive, mate. Like, clearly we put in an amazing body of work over the last 6 months, so we're feeling pretty positive about that. Like you said, some results here and there, but we're still growing our game. Like, we're still really working hard to sharpen up our game. So, that is sort of a constant for us. So, yes, we want to get the result. We want to win big games like that, but we'll learn more from that than we would from a win. So I think particularly in front of the ball, like some of our forward line connection stuff needs a bit of work at the moment. So that'll probably be where our focus is.
Must have been nice to have Geordie back, and you get Howie back next week. So the team's starting to come back together.
Totally. It was great having Geordie back in there a bit, and Bobby as well. Like, it takes time to get that chemistry. You play on instinct out there when you're at your best. So it takes time for that. Yeah, Howie should be good to go next week. We've got Billy Frampton coming back from injury. We've got Bo McCreary working hard in rehab, so still a few guys to come in. So it's pretty exciting, and we feel like we're really building towards a big final series.
I think you're still in a very good spot, mate. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, mate.
Always optimistic, Darcy Moore, and so he should be. They are still very well placed despite losing tonight. But it leads us more into a discussion about the Pies' defence, Jack, and what you saw tonight.
Yeah, it does. And when I think of the Collingwood defence at its absolute premium, it's structure and trust. And now there's a few names that aren't out there at the moment. You heard from Darcy Moore that we think Jeremy Howe will be back next week. They are missing this bloke. And Charlie Dean was exposed tonight early on, and Darcy Moore was trying to do his best to get across and help out. But Logan Morris took Charlie Dean on a field day, and then Darcy Moore starts to overcompensate. And this is when Darcy Moore is at his absolute worst. You can see him up the ground here, not getting back. I think Darcy was challenged like this at the start of the year, and this is where you start to get from him. He's through silly free kicks like this when he thinks he needs to do someone else's job rather than his own, which, I mean, when you've got a young player like Charlie Dean playing on a man who's kicked 6 in a game, that does happen as a senior leader. But at the moment, the glaring misses for them is Jeremy Howe and Billy Frampton. That just gives them a completely different structure. So they may get Howe back next week, but at the moment, there's some worrying signs. And Logan Morris, well, he was fantastic tonight and took them to the cleaners.
And some key forwards got a hold of him. Patrick Voss, 5 goals too, 3 weeks ago. And then Logan Morris tonight. So, Penny, for your thoughts, Jack Silvani, Kingy, what would he be thinking watching that tonight?
Oh, he'd love what he's seeing. He would love to play for Collingwood. Howe on one side, Silvani on the other. They both kick either foot beautifully. They're as good with the ball coming in terms of intercepting as they are with it going the other way on counterpunch. And to labour the point, 2 goals from defensive half tonight for Collingwood is not them. They need their kickers, and they need their guys that can intercept and get the game going their way.
Jack, have we given Logan Morris enough love tonight?
I don't think we have. Second year key forward. I mean, this man here has been fantastic. Well, you had to get him in somewhere. He's kicked 6. He's probably the best player on the ground. But I think we've marvelled at Nate Caddy this year, and he's been in obviously a lot of people's top 3 in terms of smart young key forwards. This man is starting to become a bona fide star of the game. His ability to find space aerially, I don't think anyone in the competition is as good as him when the ball goes nice and high and he needs to read where it's going to land. So he found himself in a lot of free inside 50 tonight, and certainly had the opportunity to kick 7 or 8. That was his 6th there, a nice way to finish it around the corner. And everything's been made of Joe Danaher. Joe Danaher's obviously not there this year. That we've been looking for Sam Day. We've been looking at the 2 ruck situation. We saw Henry Smith tonight the shoes are starting to be filled, and they're being filled by Logan Morris.
I think broadly we're speaking a lot about Riley Thilthorpe and Sam Darcy. We haven't given this man the credit he's deserved for his season.
He's
so
on the
far.
radar now, isn't he? One thing we love at Fox is the mic'd up players and players who agree to do this. Well, Jack Crisp was good enough to do this for us this evening, so let's take a listen at Jack Crisp on field.
Oh, sorry, Dip. Well done, shooter. Great start, really good start. Well, Dan. Pat. Yeah. Well done. Great win. Hey, great come forward. Well done. Yeah! Dip.